I had originally picked Space Wolves as my Horus Heresy Legion, but after seeing that upgrade sprue, I decided to change. Some people might think it's a silly reason to discard a whole Legion, but from my point of view, it's a huge undertaking to paint any kind of army, never mind a Horus Heresy one, which is very infantry heavy. So if I'm not enthusiastic about it in any way, then I probably won't finish. So I needed to change. So that's what I did. So my new Legion is, drumroll please, Dark Angels, 1st Legion, the Emperor's finest. I'm sure that comes as a huge surprise to people that watched my video a few weeks ago. Apparently I was unintentionally biased towards the Dark Angels and it was very obvious to see which one I was going to pick, but I didn't realise at the time. So anyway, the pros of the Dark Angels are, number 1, great Primarch. The Lion is one of the most complex characters in the entire setting. He's loyal, almost to a fault. He was very loyal to the Emperor. He made someone else War Master when perhaps the Lion was the best superhuman for the job. Might have thrown toys out the pram a little bit, but he remained loyal, that's the main thing here. His model's fantastic, it fits in really well with the rest of the army, it's all the knightly theme. He's got a helmeted head, he's got an unhelmeted head. It's just an awesome model, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that one. Number 2. It's a nice easy colour scheme. It's black, red and silver. So the black armour can be a challenge. It's difficult to get the line highlighting right on that. The red, dead easy. Silver, dead easy. Not a problem. There are loads of opportunities to paint checks on these guys. The only problem is they can't be like messy orc checks. They've got to be absolutely pristine. So I've got to learn how to paint in straight lines. That might be a bit of a challenge. Painting all black vehicles will be new to me as well. If I get bored of painting black, then I've always got Deathwing Bone to fall back on. So there's a lot of variety in this army. Number 3. Fantastic looking Forge World units, probably the best ones in the range. There's the Deathwing Companions, which look awesome, probably the best models that have ever been created in my opinion. There's the Inner Circle Knights Cenobium, which also look fantastic. The rest of the models look great as well. There's not a bad one in the entire range. Number 4. Great lore, both in Horus Heresy and 40k. They're one of the most interesting legions stroke chapters, so they've got tons of background material to delve into and to get inspiration from. I could be here all day, so let's make this the last one. Number 5, they've got a great upgrade sprue. Unlike the Space Wolf one, which is a big miss for so many people, this one looks great. The Dark Angel head and shoulder pad upgrades look amazing, and I know because I've got them sitting right in front of me. I've been told all week how the Space Wolf ones aren't that bad because you wouldn't put them on every guy in your army anyway. That sounds like a challenge to me, so that is my aim for the Dark Angels. Every single one is going to have one of these heads, and it'll look tremendous. I'm going all in on it and there won't be a beaky to be seen anywhere. I'll just go and buy some from the Forge World website actually. Okay, maybe I'll wait till they're back in stock and then buy them, but I will buy them. There is a con, and it's quite a big one, but it can also be seen as a big pro too, and that is that the Dark Angels are not squeaky clean. They have a dark secret, and they do a lot of dark things to protect that dark secret. In the middle of the Horus Heresy, a big chunk of the Legion broke away and fell to chaos. They're known as the Fallen. If anyone found out about this, the Dark Angels would be in trouble, so they hide it at all costs. As luck would have it, the Fallen use the same colour scheme that I'm painting just now, so I could use them as Chaos guys in 40k, and I could use them as Dark Angels in Horus Heresy. So it's a dual purpose army, and I think that's really cool. I have to be careful though, because it's a slippery slope, and before you know it you'll be waking up in bed next to a Chaos spawn. For painting, I was working on a few methods, especially for the black armour, and I've settled on one finally. I'm going to spray them all Chaos Black, and then I'm going to paint their armour with Black Legion Contrast, which is, in my opinion, the best black that's ever been released by Games Workshop. It just covers so nicely, it leaves a nice matte finish. If you make any mistakes like getting any metallic colour on the black, you can just cover straight over with Black Legion and it will cover it perfectly. The highlights will be Skavenblight Dinge and Dawnstone. The main thing about painting this black army, I think, is going to be doing micro scratches all over it to break up the flat black panels, so I think that'll be where most of the time with painting these guys goes. The silver is very simple. I'll be using Lead Belcher, Nuln Oil and then Stormhost Silver to highlight. The red's easy as well, Mephiston Red, Nuln Oil Wash, which I can wash at the same time as the metallics, and then I will use Evil Sun's Scarlet and Fire Dragon Bright to highlight it. The checks I mentioned earlier will be black and white and red and black ones. I'll paint red and black checks in all the recessed panels on vehicles and I think that will look really cool. I'll try to do like a faded gradient over it so it kind of gradiates into the side. I don't even know if gradiate's a word, but I'm using it. So I think that'll look awesome. By giving myself these simple rules to follow, I won't be hunting around for paints, I won't be wondering what to paint a certain bit on a vehicle. I'll know exactly what to do before I even buy the vehicle, so that'll be very useful, and I think every time I sit down at my desk I'll be able to be productive. Now that I've decided on the look of the army, let's pick some units. You're probably thinking I'm going to go into the army book and pick the best units for what we're trying to do. No, couldn't be further from the truth. I'm going to take the units I've already got, I'm going to add cool units that I like, and I'm going to build the core of my army that way. After that I'll pick units and build it up to a certain points value, but for now, just anything cool is going in my army. I don't really care how it performs, all I want to do is have fun and like the look of the army on the table. It'll be a month or two before I've painted up all the stuff I've currently got, and then I'll be able to pick the rest and add to it. The entire contents of the Age of Darkness box will be my starting point, so that'll be 30 Mark 6 Marines, 10 Cataphracti Terminators, 2 Praetors, 1 Contemptor Dreadnought, and 1 Spartan. So that's already a great base to work off. I also bought a Demos pattern Rhino because that's my favourite ever Rhino, and I got a Leviathan Dreadnought as well. I really wanted a Leviathan for a long time, but I couldn't face paying the Forge World prices. It was £40 more than the plastic one. So now that the plastic one's out, I can live my dream. I say I saved £40, but I decided that I wanted a ranged Dreadnought and I had the close combat one, so I bought the ranged upgrade sprue when it came out, and I've got it sitting here just now. It's not in a proper box, there's one sprue and there are no instructions, so I'm going to have to work out how to build this myself. I'm sure it'll be fine though. Here are the basic points values for the guys that I've already got, and as you can see it's actually close to 2000 points already, and that's without picking extra war gear or weapons or anything like that. So I'll work on these guys, and then I'll later on work on making it into a cohesive force that's maybe a little bit more effective on the battlefield. I did run into a bit of an issue though. When I was ordering the helmet and shoulder pad upgrade sprues, the strangest thing happened. The beautiful but very expensive Deathwing Companions jumped into my basket, and I can only assume that I was the victim of a hack. So that's what I'm telling my wife, and that's what I think happened. Still, they're here now, so I might as well make the most of a bad situation. Love you. Last but certainly not least, there was a Knight Questoris up for pre-order in a Horus Heresy box a couple of weeks ago, and I soon realised I've got one in my cupboard already. It's the Canis Rex box, it's identical to it, it's got the same sprues in it, so I've already got one. I'll be doing it as a Dark Angels Knight, and I don't care if it fits or not, I'm going to do it anyway. It's going to have silver trim, black armour and red checks all over it, so I think it'll look amazing. I'm really looking forward to that one. That'll be the centrepiece of my army, at least until I get the lion. I've asked for the lion for Christmas, so I hope my wife realises I'm talking about a miniature. So let me know your approach to starting a new army in the comments below. Are you a points person, or do you strictly go on how cool units are? If you're looking for something else to watch, this one might tickle your pickle. Cheers!